Hey, coin collectors, especially those from the United Kingdom, or those who collect United Kingdom coins. And this is a front of a book that I've been reading lately, Your Guide to the United Kingdom Decimal Halfpenny. Over 5,000 coins surveyed. And then it has this really beautiful halfpenny on here with incredible coloring. Um, and of course, it's a half new penny, as you can see. And then down here, this is the author. It's written by Alistair L.S. Jones. And Mr. Jones sent me an email and said, "Hey, would you like to take a look at my book?" And I said, "Sure. I'm really interested in these half pennies." And he said, "Well, I'll send you a free copy." And so this is a free copy of the book. It's called Your Guide to the United Kingdom Decimal Halfpenny. And we're going to go through it over the next few halfpenny videos and kind of look at all the different things. There's the table of contents, the history of the halfpenny, the history of the decimal halfpenny, why is it small, the three different mints it's made at, Christopher Ironside, who of course was the engraver, the Latin legend on the obverse, decimal halfpenny specs, mintages, full detailed description, and on and on. And it actually is very, very interesting book. Now, where I get stuck, and I keep looking back at, are these pages here. Let me see if I can show you some of them without reading the whole book to you. These are very, very detailed versions of the coins. And if you look at this coin, right below the cross, you'll see how it sticks, and there's no space between the cross and the bulb on the top. Then if you look at this coin over here, you see that there's kind of a space between. That's one of the things he talks about, and that's what we're going to look at today. Now, we're going to get back to this book over time, and that's, again, Alistair L.S. Jones's Your Guide to the United Kingdom Decimal Halfpenny, and we're going to refer to this book pretty consistently, and we'll also go through other pages. But here, let's actually look at some United Kingdom decimal halfpennies, and what I'm going to have to do is kind of reset my camera a little bit and reset the lights. And what I've got here is two decimal halfpennies. And of course, you see the one on the right is a proof version of the 1971. And when you have a proof version from 1971 until 1981, the proof versions were a highly polished, uncirculated coin, or brilliant uncirculated coin. And that's what we have here. And you can actually see some of the coloring that Mr. Jones shows on some of his coins. So if we flip this one over, we'll see that it says half new penny. And there's the new, there's the penny. And here's when this happens frequently with the coins when you take them out of the packaging. And this one, the packaging was destroyed, so we just pulled it right out so we could use it. So it says new penny at the top. It turns out that as you go through the years, the number of beads actually change. And so in the 1971 version, there are 107 border beads. And this is the detail that he talks about that I've been really interested in. If you look between the cross and the bulb here, see how the bulb's a little offset? There's a little bit of space, though, between the cross here and the bulb. And that's something that I hadn't noticed until I read his book, which the detail it goes into, including the number of beads, is astounding. Now, this coin over here is a different coin. It's also from the Brilliant Uncirculated Collection, but in 1982, they started setting them up as cameos. So if you look at the difference between the picture on this coin and the picture on the 1982 coin, it's just amazing. So see how they started polishing them different in 1982? And this one comes up as a cameo with kind of the rough, and this one comes up as just a really, really shiny coin with no difference between the shine on the figure head of Queen Elizabeth II and the shine of the coin. And this one, all the shines on the coin, and the cameo, kind of the differently polished version on the front. Now you might wonder why I have this background here, and that's because on the cameo coin, because these are relatively rare, I didn't even actually take it out of the packaging. And what I'm going to do is take that packaging that it's still in, and if you want to see that, some of the other coins are still in that packaging, and I'm going to turn it over so I can see the back without taking it out of the packaging. Now, some collectors say, well, you can't even do that, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to show you this outside of its hard plastic case, but still in the packaging, so that we can show you the differences in these coins. And so this is the 1982 halfpenny. And of course, in 1982, they did something else besides change how close the cross was to the crown. They actually changed it from new penny, which we had from 1971 until 1981. So if you look at this one over here, you can clearly see that it says, on 1971, it says new penny here, and it says half penny in 1982. So in 1982, they came out with the half penny coin. And you also see that on the 1971, there's spacing between, and on the 1982, we've lost most of that spacing. There also, if you look at this coin, look at the beads here. That's another thing Mr. Alistair Jones talks about, and that is these beads actually touch. See how they touch the crown up here, and there's a little less definition. On the 1971 coins, the beads were separated from the crown. See how they're separate? There's actually space between them. And see the detail here in these dots and in the fleur-de-lis and in the crosses. And that detail is really lacking. This look almost, by 1982, we have almost a smudged version of the coin where the dots touch. And he says over the years, they change. So look at the circle around the crown here. Then look at the circle here where everything is definite and separated. And this one just all kind of molds together. So in 1982, we have a version that's, I wouldn't say it's a sloppy version. I'd just say that they changed the definition in how detailed and defined it is. So when we look at the two crowns together in the light, we see that the detail of the 1971 crown far outweighs the detail of the 1982 crown. Now, we also need to look at the number of beads on the back of the coins, and that's something that when we look at, there are 107 on the back of the 1971 coin and 106 on the back of the 1982 coin. And by beads, I mean these beads right down in here. 107 on this one, 106 on this one. So they changed the number of beads on the coin also. All right, I think that's about all we have today. Thanks to Mr. Jones for letting us have his book. We'll be referring to that book and showing you pictures from it as the videos on our half pennies go on. And of course, at some point, we're going to run out of half pennies because they stopped making them in the United Kingdom. Thanks for watching the DC Coin World International Coin Channel.